Knowledge can be used for various purposes. Can be used for learning, retrieval and reasoning. Let us see them one by one. So learning is the process of acquiring new knowledge. We are having some knowledge in our knowledge base, and if we are adding new facts into it, the process is called as learning. While doing so, we have to take care that the new facts should not replicate or make redundancy in the knowledge base. So whatever things we are collecting should not be present in the knowledge base, either in the exact format or in some other forms. So replication and redundancy should be kept away while adding new facts to the knowledge base. So this process is known as learning. The next one is a retrieval. So using the representations made in the knowledge base, we can retrieve information or gather information from the knowledge base. Human beings are good at retrieving information. So many AI methods try to model human beings in this regard. So whenever some knowledge is stored in the knowledge base, we must be able to retrieve things from the knowledge base. So we'll be using knowledge for retrieving purpose. The final one is for reasoning purpose. We are having some knowledge, and from that knowledge we have to generate new information. So we have to infer facts from the existing data. That is known as reasoning. So these are the three uses of knowledge, where knowledges are stored in the knowledge base. Then let us see some approaches to knowledge representation. Knowledge representation using natural language is the first one. Natural language is the language in which the human beings read, write or communicate. This is called as the natural language. It is highly expressive. Everything that can be expressed symbolically can also be expressed in natural language. It is the most expressive format that human beings use. So these are the advantages of natural language. We can split this into two, some having the positive side of natural language and the other the negative side of it. So the upper portion is the positive side of using natural languages, and the lower side is the negative aspect. So these are the positive aspects. Let us see the negative aspects. Here the reasoning is very complicated. So it becomes very much ambiguous. The things are not that clear while using natural languages, because a sentence can have different format which is having the same meaning. So there will be no unity in the sentence structure. You can have different types of sentences which means the same situation or same meaning. It is having the same meaning. So that is the problem with natural language. So this cannot be taken as such to the computer machines. If you are doing so, then a lot of memory should be required for storing very minute changes in the sentence formats. We have already seen some properties of knowledge representation. All these things we have seen. One is the representational adequacy. We have to represent all the information that are available in some way or the other. Then inferential adequacy, inferential efficiency, and acquisitional efficiency. All these things we have seen already. I am not repeating the same. Then we can have cycle of knowledge representation in artificial intelligence. A system usually consists of different components for displaying its intelligence. So in this concept, that is in the AI system, the components are perception, another one is learning, then knowledge representation and reasoning, planning, and then finally execution. This has to be carried out repeatedly. We may have to go through these components for many number of times or even endlessly, because new situations will be arising when we pass through these elements, which can fetch new information. So this is a cyclic process. Things will be more clear with this figure. We can notice two areas in this figure with respect to the dotted rectangle shown. One is inside the rectangle and the other area is outside the rectangle. So the outside portion can be considered as an environment. So the environment is having perception, learning, planning, and execution, while inside the rectangular portion we are having knowledge representation as well as reason. This can be repeated for many number of times. We will be repeating reasoning and knowledge representation, or reasoning over the knowledge that is being represented, so that new knowledges are generated again and again. That generated knowledge are also stored in this knowledge base. So this will be going on repeating. So the perception component of the figure shown retrieves data or information from the environment. I told you that the portion which is outside the rectangular area is the environment. So the perception retrieves data or information from the environment and find out the sources of noises. We have seen that noises are unwanted data. Find out the sources of noises, and also it defines how to respond when any sense has been detected. The perception is actually the sensing of something. So that is one component. The next one is learning. The learning component learns from the captured data by the perception component. We already saw that perception will be capturing some information, and from that information the learning component will be learning something. The goal is to build computers that can be taught instead of programming them. So learning is a process which is not done externally. So we are not going to program the machine. Instead, the machine itself will be learning from the knowledge that are available with it. So learning focuses on the process of self-improvement. To learn, system requires knowledge acquisition, inference, acquisition of heuristics, which is based on the domain of the problem, then faster searches. So these are the important portions which are required for self-improvement or learning process. And we comes to the main component of the cycle in the knowledge representation, which is knowledge representation and reasoning, which shows the human-like intelligence in the machine. Knowledge representation is all about understanding intelligence. It focuses on what an agent needs to know in order to behave intelligently. So knowledge representation is the portion from where an agent or a system, agent is a system which captures knowledge for responding or exhibiting intelligence. It defines how automated responding procedures can make this knowledge available as needed. So the responses are called the reasoning, and this reasoning procedure can make the knowledge available as and when required. This has to be done automatically. The automation is done based on the learning process. So this is the important component. This is a cyclic process going on. From knowledge representation, reasoning is carried out, which can generate new knowledges. Again, that has to be stored in the knowledge base. Likewise, the information in the knowledge base increases. So this increasing process is an automated activity. So we can say that the system is learning by itself, because new information is being generated one after the other. Planning and execution component, again it is at the portion outside the rectangle, that is, it is in the environment area. It depends on the analysis of knowledge representation and reasoning. So we are having perception here, then learning here. From that, something will be going on to the knowledge representation, and based on some reasoning also, new facts can be generated and stored, and after some time we can make the planning about the problem, or we can execute the problem directly for solution based on the information available. So either we can plan and execute or directly execute based on the information or facts available in the knowledge base. This knowledge base is being updated with the reasoning process, plus the perceptions and learning which is acquired from the outside environment. So the planning includes giving an initial state, finding their preconditions and effects, and a sequence of actions to achieve a state in which a particular goal holds. Once planning is completed, the entire process can be executed. So this is the cycle going on in knowledge representation with respect to artificial intelligence. Knowledge plays a vital role in intelligence as well as in creating artificial intelligence. Knowledge demonstrates the intelligent behavior in artificial intelligence systems. An agent or system acts accurately on some input only if it is having the knowledge about the input. If the knowledge about input is available, the agent can act accurately on that input. Consider this example. Here we have a decision maker. We are looking into the relation between knowledge and intelligence. So here we have the decision maker. He is having some sensing from the environment. Some perception is being achieved by the decision maker. Then he is also supplied with some knowledge. And having these two, he can act or take action. So the action of the decision maker is based on sensing as well as the knowledge available within. So here in this example, we have only one decision maker whose actions are justified by the sensing action on the environment and using the knowledge available. If this part is removed, if the knowledge part is removed, this decision maker will not be able to display any intelligent behavior. The action is actually performed based on the intelligence, and for that intelligence we should have knowledge. If we remove this part, then there is no problem. With the help of knowledge also we can perform actions. So knowledge is actually required for performing action, and this action is based on the intelligence by this decision maker. That is the relationship between knowledge and intelligence. So there are four techniques for representing knowledge. They are logical representation, semantic networks, production rules, and frames representation. By these four techniques we can represent knowledge. These are four different ways of representing knowledge into the knowledge base. Let us see about logical representation. Language with some concrete rules which deals with propositions and has no ambiguity in representation. We have seen this in first module. A language which is having some rules, standard fixed rules, and which is dealing with prepositions is called logical representation. The logical representation means drawing a conclusion based on various conditions. Various rules will be used, and the condition will be having some values, and based on that values we will be drawing some conclusions. The representation lays down some important communication rules. So in logical representation we will be having some communication rules. So it consists of defined syntaxes and semantics. The rules are based on syntaxes and semantics, and each sentence can be translated into logics using syntaxes and semantics of this language. So this is the logical representation. It is having syntaxes and semantics. Syntaxes are nothing but rules which decide how to construct legal sentences in the logic. The rules for constructing sentences is called the syntax rules. It determines which symbols can be used in the knowledge representation. It also deals with how to write those symbols for knowledge representation. Basically, how the knowledge is being represented by using some symbols are defined with the syntax rules. Then semantics are the rules by which we can interpret the sentence in the logic. The meaning of the sentence can be known by using the semantics. It also involves assigning a meaning to each sentence. The meaning to the sentences are provided using semantics. So the construction of the sentence is based on the syntax rules and the meaning is drawn by the semantics rules. There are two logical representations. They are propositional logics and predicate logics. We have seen these topics before. Then the advantage of logical representation is that it enables us to do logical reasoning. Logical representation is the basis for the programming languages. So it also has disadvantages. It has some restrictions and are challenging to work with. It is not natural and therefore may not be efficient. It's not a natural language, so it cannot be considered as an efficient method of representing information.